Let's say you spend hundreds of hours learning everything you need to know to land your first tech job. You perfect your portfolio and resume, and you even spend countless hours making sure you're interview ready. And through all that hard work, you're able to land a job at your dream company. After a few weeks, months, or even years, you get an email from your employer saying that your credentials will only work up until Friday, and from there, your position has been terminated. How would you feel? Torn, worried, even betrayed? Well, this is something that thousands of employees in the tech industry are going through right now. So today, I want to tell you how to deal with these tech layoffs and explain why they happen in the first place. Let's talk about why this is going on in today's modern age first. Now, there isn't an end-all be-all answer here. There can be multiple reasons for why each company is deciding to fire a percentage of their employees. But one reason that seems to be the underlying factor is interest rates. Now, I know everyone may be slightly confused, so let me explain. With interest rates being nearly 0%, companies could essentially get free money from investors. This happened because investors didn't want to put their hard-earned money into the bank and have it earn 0%. So a lot of money went to these huge tech companies in the hopes of getting a decent return on their investment. But now, interest rates are back on the rise, which unfortunately brings big problems with it. Like companies being mindful of their costs because debt in general costs a whole lot more now. And what's the easiest way to cut down on costs and increase that profit margin? That's right, laying off employees. Now, although this may be important to know, this isn't something I would worry about too much. There are still hundreds of great companies outside of these huge tech giants that are hiring daily. And this is something that is out of your control in the first place, so why stress excessively about it? Nonetheless, there are things you can control, like how you handle this wave of layoffs. So let me tell you some things that you can do if you've been laid off or if your company has announced layoffs. First things first is try not to take it personal. During a mass layoff, companies are not targeting you specifically. They're looking for areas where they have more employees than needed or where they can afford to lose some manpower. Sometimes it's even their bad management that causes them to have to let go of so many employees. So please don't start doubting yourself or downplaying your value. The next thing you need to do is assess your situation. What I mean by this is figure out how long you can manage with no income. Here, you calculate your monthly expenses and decide how much of a financial cushion you have to find a new job. Now, this isn't meant to worry or stress you, but it is something that you must know to keep yourself on a timeline. Following that, you should take time to reflect. I know it's tempting to take the first job offer you receive, but if you have the financial cushion that we spoke about earlier, then you need to make sure that the new company is right for you. Does it have a good work-life balance, benefits, time off, and so on? Not only that, but maybe you want a new role that's a bit different to what you were doing before. Or maybe you just want to spend some time advancing your knowledge and progressing your skills. These are all things you should think about when reflecting on your future. The next thing to do is make sure your resume, LinkedIn, and portfolio are all updated. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but the last thing you want to do is apply to a job with an outdated file. So make sure to spend the time checking these off. Lastly, start networking. Reach out to your LinkedIn connections, friends and family on other social medias, and let them know that you're looking for work. A survey on HubSpot was done that said 85% of jobs are secured through networking. So what are you waiting for? Start reaching out. At the end of the day, getting laid off sucks. There's really no way to sugarcoat this. But with some forward thinking and strategizing, you can ease the process and be on your way to landing your next dream job.